Hey guys, Sprout here, welcome back to the channel. In today's Farlight 84 video, I'm going to teach you how you can improve yourself game by game, how you better yourself at the game just by playing. In 5 easy steps I'm going to go through in this video. There's of course so much more I could teach you, but I don't want to make the video extremely long, so much that you get bored. I'll probably split it into several different videos. Anyway guys, without further ado, if you do us a massive favour, please hit that like button on the video and make sure you do subscribe to the channel, as I will be putting out more guides and tip videos as well as some gameplay in the very near future. As you know, the new season is upon us as we speak, so let's get into it. So then guys, the first tip I can give you at improving yourself on this game is learn how you died. Now, if you're new to the game, you don't know it very well, you haven't set your sensitivity and stuff, you haven't referred to the other video I made the other day, you're going to die a lot, and you might die in stupid scenarios like a vehicle hits you in one shot, or someone snipes you, or you just get outplayed in a way that makes you lose the game. Now, what you need to think when you get killed is, why did you die? Now, a lot of sort of factors come into this. One is positioning, one is weapon choice, one is what sort of situation you got yourself into. Now, majority of the times I get killed in this game, guys, I'm outnumbered. So for instance, I'll be in a solo versus squad scenario. Now, if I accidentally got into that situation, you know, like the rest of my team died and stuff, it's unavoidable at times, and sometimes full squads of players do rush you, and there's not a single thing you can do about it. But if you can try and learn from that and think, right, I got killed here because there was people at different angles, try and set it so next time you pick them off one by one gradually with a sniper rifle before you charge in with your ER or SMG, that sort of thing. But from learning how you failed, you can improve yourself in the future to actually overcome these different ways you're actually getting killed in the game. Right guys, for tip number 2, I'm going to suggest you learn to use any and all guns. Now, when you drop into a game, you're not always going to find your favourite gun. I myself, I prefer to have a UMP99, which is an SMG, and a Stellar Wind, which is a sniper slash DMR, you know, like the semi-auto, not bolt action sniper rifle. Now, I don't always find these guns. Sometimes I have to like sort of make do with other guns, and there's no sort of better thing to use. So if you do find yourself in a scenario where you've got the worst gun possible, your worst one, learn to use it, learn to kill with it, so that when you do find yourself in, say, a hot drop situation or something you have to use, whatever, the first thing you've picked up, at least then you're used to using these different weapons. Now, another thing I could suggest doing in this scenario is if you go into the training ground and you pick your worst gun, the gun you find the hardest to control compared to other ones, and you set your sensitivity to use that gun, to get that gun as good as possible. And then when you use guns that you do like and you do find quite easy to control, it's a lot easier. And that way you can use absolutely anything, and you're prepared for any situation you might find yourself in at any given time within the match. Right guys, in for tip number 3 is pretty much the opposite to tip number 1, which was, you know, learn how you died. I'm going to tell you how to learn how you killed others. Now, if you're running at the same people all the time, you recognise the IGNs, you know, the player, you know, you can sometimes get a bit of an advantage after them. But as the player base increases and you start seeing more different variety of different gamers, you know, using different guns and different tactics and stuff, it helps to learn how you overcame all these different players. Now, a lot of people will snipe, a lot of people will charge at you, a lot of people will stay in the vehicle and stuff. Once you learn how you've killed these people, you start to realise to yourself which of these tactics that you're using personally are working the most. Now, if you charge blindly into a, you know, solo versus squad situation and you kill all 4 of them without getting scratched, you might want to think to yourself, what did I do in that scenario that I haven't been doing in the past? Or if you charge in and you're on the brink of dying but you still kill them, you're thinking, well, that was probably bad positioning on my part, you know what I mean? So you just have to learn what makes you keep winning. Is it if it's bot players, you know, or if it's really good players and you're overcoming them, find out what's helping you and strengthen that skill. Right guys, tip number 4. Now this one's going to sound a bit bizarre, but the amount of people that I know that play games like this and they land the same place every game is actually ridiculous. Now I'm going to suggest you keep dropping in random places. Now never drop the same place twice in a match. If you see it tied to your loot zone, you know it's a hot drop or whatever, you know, you don't always have to drop there. It sort of, the way I see it is, the zone can go absolutely anywhere in a match. Now, if you drop in the same place every game, you're going to get very familiar with that piece of the map, that layout of that base, where the crates are, where the recharge stations are, etc., where the vehicles spawn, for instance. But if you're dropping in a different place each time, you get used to more of the map. So when the zone forces you into a town that you're not really sure of because you've never dropped here before, you can then think back and think, actually, I dropped here before a while ago. I know there's a building over here that's got a quite good roof on it to sit on with a sniper rifle, etc. And it sets you in good stead for future games if you start learning the whole map completely as opposed to just bits of it or one specific bit of it and then just rolling with it from there for the rest of the zone. Learn the whole map so you know positions, you know places that vehicles spawn, etc. for a better chance in future games. Right, lastly guys, in at number 5 is try dropping solo versus squads to challenge yourself. Now, you don't have to literally queue by yourself to do this. You can, of course, unfollow your teammates, drop somewhere solo and meet up with them later in the game. You don't have to literally go the full game on your own. But what this does is, it puts you under a certain type of stress when you land. So for instance, if you hot dropped by yourself, and there's, you know, 3 to 4 different squads dropping in that area as well. They're all getting guns, they're all shooting at each other, then shooting at you. You have to take on these different squads on your own. What it does is hone your reflexes, it makes your aim get better, you know, and it also teaches you to play the game under a lot of stress because you're constantly thinking someone's going to come through the door, someone's going to come behind us and finish us off, you know, very easily. So I'm not suggesting do this all the time. I know a lot of YouTubers and content creators and stuff and streamers, whatever, will play solo versus squads as their content, and it does work. I used to do it on Call of Duty Mobile and stuff. It is fun to do. But if you're still learning the game and you're trying to improve yourself, I wouldn't recommend doing this one over and over, because if you die a lot, it's going to get very stressful. You're going to start to not enjoy the game, and you don't want that whatsoever. You still want to be in a position where you're enjoying what you're doing, you're enjoying the game, you're having fun, learning to get better. So I would suggest doing it now and then. For instance, if you see your teammates, they're pretty good ones or whatever, they're people you play with a lot, just say, look guys, I'm going to land by myself just so I can get a bit of practice in or whatever, and hopefully they'll understand, or maybe so they can come over or land somewhere nearby just in case you need a bit of a hand or a bit of a resurrect, you know what I mean. So take it slow for solo versus squads. Once you're confident enough to do it all the time, feel free. It is a very big challenge, especially in some matches. I like doing it now and then. In the background of this video though, I'm duo versus squads, but that's besides the point. Anyway guys, hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope it does help you improve your game on Farlight 84. Of course, most of these tips can be relatable to other Battle Royale games, which are very similar to this one. In fact, I would say all of these things can sort of relate to other games, so you can carry on this video's advice to other titles of a Battle Royale genre on mobile, or even on PC or console if you really want to. Anyway guys, hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure you hit that like button and do subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell for notifications if you wouldn't mind, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.